Hi, my name is Brett Rintala. I live in Arvada, Colorado, and I head up the roofing and restoration teams with GPAC with some other divisions. So I started in 2015, and honestly, I was actually on my way out of Sioux Falls. I was looking for a new role, updated my LinkedIn profile, and one of the coaches, Dustin Hansen, who's now my regional, he actually he had me reach out to me on LinkedIn, sent me a LinkedIn message. I said, hey, I better just check this thing out. And, sure enough, interviewed and joined the pack just that next week. I just thought it was such a cool culture. It was just a bunch of guys playing Mario Kart and amazing just people that were very much like myself is what I felt. And so it was kind of like I was hanging out with the boys. And so when I started, I was able to sit next to some really amazing top billers. And I just basically said, all right, if this is what they're doing, I better just duplicate these efforts. So I was in sales prior to this. And honestly, I was actually doing door-to-door sales in Sioux Falls here. And I was in 100-degree heat. Middle of summer, knocking doors. And so when they said, hey, make 60 to 80 calls a day and just go and try to market yourself to the best of your abilities and get, companies to agree and work with us, it wasn't hard for me to pick up the phone and, dial away. I had such a tough job prior to this. And, like I said, even making those phone calls, it wasn't a problem for me. And what I realized really quick is, the job is not done until the money's in my pocket. And so I had so many people burn me in the past in previous, roles and stuff that when I would make these calls or I'd get, good leads and all these things, I realized, okay, I don't get paid. And I was just hustling for $150, $300 sales then. And then suddenly it's all right, I'm bringing in $10,000 from one deal. My story is a little bit different for sure. Everybody's going through something. And so as a coach, it's our goal to get to know, each recruiter, get to know them on a personal level so that, this is a relational thing and that we're all running in the same direction. I want to see every single person make it in this. To be a good coach, you got to have some thick skin, but you got to have faith. You have to have a lot of faith in people. It's not just riding them each and every day. It's trusting them that this is something that they want. And, our job isn't to crack the whip. Our job is to teach these people how to be successful and, to teach verbiages and ways of, utilizing our tools and, other efforts there and helping them. That's really the coach's position. Yeah, when it comes to my team, I'm constantly trying to pour into them, telling them hey, create an abundant life for yourself. And that doesn't just have to be in making more money. It has to deal with, your family, even giving and doing other things with time and flexibility. All that really comes down to working hard, which then will help you have a larger and abundant life and just being able to give back and do those crazy things with your family. And that's probably the biggest message that I'm constantly sharing with my group is do this so then you can have a better thing in the future. There's so much more than to just have, constant just work. And GPAC I think has done a great job in that, just in the idea that, man, you can have the freedom and flexibility. And so with it being, COVID times and everything, I've been able to see my son grow and, go and slip upstairs and, see him crawling or see some type of big life moment. And so it just makes me appreciate just the tiniest bit of growth. I think everybody wants that in their lives. And so I'm trying to just seek that and pull that out of people and to see just an amazing thing and what somebody can do, here if you have a desire, I think this was like the thing that really stuck with me when I started. I knew that I was worth more than what I was making. And this is the type of job that truly provides that. Like, if you know what you're worth, this is the job that can get you what you're worth. And that's not just money. That's all those things that we talked about, just the freedom, flexibility, earning potential, giving. If you have that and you have a strong, like, just motivator, strong heart for it, like, this is a perfect role for you. GPAC has constantly swung for the fences and constantly opened up new doors and constantly, new positions. I mean, I started out here, there's 70 recruiters, and we just came off an $11 million year. I mean, we're basically doing that in a month now. And so to see this thing just keep on trending up and up and up, it's just remarkable. True value. I think about this all the time, and the true value is there are people right now that are absolutely miserable in their jobs. But if they were to apply to something online, they could be putting so many things at risk, like, their family and all that. I mean, they apply online, their employer finds out, suddenly they're like getting boxed up their stuff and walked out the door. Our job is to reach out to these types of people and make their lives better in some way. I mean, that's like, truthfully, that's the growing people and growing people in companies. My path has definitely changed, but just constantly setting myself up for the future, constantly setting myself up for, running a hard desk so that, I could be in a coaching position, which I moved into in about 7 months. Of being with GPAC. Like, if that's something that someone craves, GPAC has always been that type of company where, like, they will always promote people that have that same drive and desire to, better themselves. And so if they're wanting to be in a leadership role or wanting to be, running the desk, like, it's one of the best positions in the world.